messed up. Hi guys, so we're gonna go over the eye model. Okay, right here, eye model. We're gonna go through all of the 3 columns. All right, so here's your eye model. Okay. All right, so what do we have first? We have the sclera, and the sclera is this white area right here. Okay, if you see it from here, it'll be the white outer layer. Okay, so white sclera. All right, and then the cornea. Cornea is this clear part. Okay, so you see like this, it's clear. So we see the sclera, then we see the cornea, just the clear part. And then we move on to the middle layer for tunic. So we have the choroid. Choroid is this red one right here, the second layer. So after the white is the red. Okay, red. All right, and then we have the ciliary body. The ciliary body is the black one right here, but it's only this section. Okay, it's made of the ciliary muscles and ciliary processes. If you look in your lab book with a picture. So, but for lab like model purposes, we're gonna call this right here the ciliary body. Okay, so right here, this side. All right, ciliary body. The iris. Okay, so the iris is gonna be not the clear one, but the inside, the dark brown color. That's the iris. Okay, that's the iris. And then the pupil is the actual hole. Okay, this hole. It's the pupil. Not one constricts or dilates, right, with light. Okay, and now the central fovea. So central fovea is going to be right here. If you see number 18, I don't know if you can see, but it's a little lighter. Okay, there's a central fovea. Okay, it's a concentration of the, was it cones?
Yeah.
Right here, yeah. Central fovea. It's really important. And then we have the retina. Retina is just this yellow layer, the inner yellow layer. Okay, retina. And then we have the optic disc, or your blind spot. And that's here, this hole right here. And this optic disc is where your optic nerve passes through. Okay, so optic nerve, and also blood vessels and stuff like that. So right here, there's the optic disc is the hole, and your optic nerve passes through it along with some blood vessels. Then we have your ora serrata. Your ora serrata is like these things right here, this little, I don't know, zigzags, I guess. So serrated, I guess that's an easy way to remember. Serrata, serrated. Is that how you say it? Serrated, I guess. Okay, and then we have extrinsic muscles. So extrinsic, outside, right? And it's muscles right here. Extrinsic muscles, on the outside of the eye. And then we have your lens, which is this one right here. So in the eye, it would sit something like this. Whatever. Okay. Like that, right? Okay. All right, so your anterior segment, that's filled with aqueous humor. So your anterior segment is right here between your lens and your cornea, okay? That's this whole thing is called the anterior segment, and it's filled with a certain fluid called aqueous humor. All right, and you can divide the anterior segment into 2 parts. The first part is the anterior chamber. The anterior chamber covers from the cornea until the iris, so like just this itself. It's going to be filled with, it's going to be called the anterior chamber of the anterior segment, filled with aqueous humor. And then we have the posterior chamber of the anterior segment, and that's between the iris and the lens, okay? And it's also filled with aqueous humor. All right, that's the anterior segment, posterior chamber. And then we have your posterior segment, which is everything else behind the lens, okay, like that. And that's filled with vitreous humor, okay? Virtuous humor in the posterior segment. And I think that's it.
Alright guys, we're gonna go over your ear model right here. So you guys use this to listen. So right here you have your outer ear, you have your pinna or your auricle right here. Then you have this long tube, that's the external auditory meatus or external acoustic meatus right here. And then right here at the top you have your tympanic membrane. That's your tympanic membrane. Now you have your middle ear. You have all these small bones right here. Those are called ossicles. So right attached to the tympanic membrane you have the medial your malleus, your malleus, which looks like a hammer. That's your malleus. And then connected to that you have your incus, which looks like an anvil, the incus. And then that attaches to the stapes right here. It kind of looks like a staple. So that's your stapes right here. And your stapes goes over the oval window. So your stapes is right over the oval window. And then you have your this tube right here. That's your auditory tube or eustachian tube. Auditory tube or eustachian tube. So this tube is external because it's outside auditory meatus, and then this is the auditory tube or eustachian tube. Now you have your inner ear right here. You have your semicircular canals, which are these right here, your semicircular canals. And you have the cochlea right here. This snail-looking thing is like the cochlea. You have your vestibule right here. That's your vestibule, and you have this round window right there. It's your round window. And then you have your vestibulocochlear nerve, which is this thing that comes out. That's it.